So guys, I saw a father and son team catch some little fish down here. And before the girls put me to work in packing up the vehicles, I thought I'd try to do a little fishing down there. I don't have anything spectacular. This is my M-Rod system here, which I'll talk about further. But all I have here is a little telescopic rod from Zepco and just a little spin cast reel. You don't need a lot. It's not like you use a 308 to go squirrel hunting, right? These are just little brim and sunfish. And here's my M-Rod system here. As you can see, it's a very, very short rod. And what gives it the behavior as a long rod is the spring right here. I know I keep on telling you guys I'm going to talk more and more about this system on a separate video, but hang in there. I'll get to it. And all I'm going to do is use some old bread here, and I balled it up, and I'm using it as as my bait. Let's see if I can pull this one out. Come on, get out of here. Seems like nothing ever wants to cooperate when you're on filming, right? Can you see that? Right here. And right here. So I'll meet you down at the springs. So I saw some little brim swimming around in this area. I'm going to go ahead and bait the water with a few little pieces of bread, see if they react to it. So the ducks came out of nowhere and started stealing my bread for the brim. So I found a new spot, guys. Let's try this out. So the dang ducks are following me over here too. They want their freebie handouts. Now these guys are all around me wanting the bread. Go away! Go away! So I was having some casting problems, so I added this little bobber here with, I don't know, about 5 inches from my bait, and put a few little bullet weights inside of it. And this little guy here was trying to eat my bobber. So you know how sometimes you go out and you target the bass and other game fish, and then you're not so successful, and so you go do panfish, right? Well, I mean, this morning I went out to target panfish, but they seem to be disappearing going up the stream. But now I see a bunch of bass. I think they're the Guadalupe bass. So I changed up baits to like a grub, and hopefully I'll have an easier time throwing it out. Looks like the ducks stole my bait when I wasn't looking. Now they're fighting over it. So I guess in between the ducks stealing my bait and the bad fishing and girls yelling at me to help them pack, until then, I'll see you on the road. I know, it's breakfast time, but I'm gonna have to need some more birthday cake. So we packed the car and the truck. Truck was pretty full, and so was the trunk of the car. I don't think we could get anything more in there, and that was the other side of my truck. But we said our goodbyes to the Rio Frio Springs Lodgings. I love that place. It's great. But first order business is breakfast, a real breakfast. So after leaving the lodge or cabin area, we found this Mexican restaurant for breakfast called Lala's. Okay, now this is an awesome restaurant in Leakey, Texas. Here's a little bit of the inside. I was just kind of doing a little panoramic view here, and after ordering, I got mine. Oh my God, it was great. The green sauce had to have some habaneros in it because it was hot, 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 hot. So after breakfast, we said goodbye to Leakey, Texas, and hit the road again. And we made it back to Castroville to Juke's Meat Market for their famous beef jerky. Oh my God, this stuff is great. Just wait. Okay, folks, so that Castroville, Texas is a German-French town. Juke's is really a Polish meat market. This is a really cool place. I mean, this is where you go for your meats and especially for your beef jerky. This is just a kind of a panoramic view. They have a lot of neat decor here, a lot of taxidermy. A lot of neat cheeses and other meats. And I'm trying to pick out what I want. And this is what I got. So folks, we headed east again and got back into Luling, Texas, where we hit the Buc-ee's and the girls were fighting over, I don't know who the other woman was, but over a gas pump. So me and the husband stepped back and he told me, too bad they're not in a kiddie pool full of mud, right? I guess it was the hot Texas heat and hungry belly. So we went into town to look for something to eat. Well, we went to the city market. That's right. But this is a little scan of the market area. And here's City Market here. It's a very famous barbecue place. In fact, Luling, Texas is famous for barbecue. In fact, they have to have a sign that says start here. And you go in one place and then to get your barbecue and come out the other. And then you just put it all down like on a bunch of paper. And then you take some of the other extra papers and use that for your plates. That's how it's done in Luling, Texas. Plus, they had their signature barbecue sauce. But Luling is not only famous for barbecue, but for a few other things as well. Number one, they're into, well, look at their water tower. Looks like a big, watermelon. But there's also a lot of pump jacks, oil pump jacks throughout the city. This one is a cow king jumping over the moon. This was supposed to be a butterfly, but it lost its wings. Maybe they'll put it back together again like Humpty Dumpty. But here's another guy that bobs up and down, eating watermelon. And a cowboy going up and down. But like I said, it's an oil town. So the original intent was for us to stop in Sealy, Texas to separate and go our separate ways. But 36 was shut down, so we had to go to Brookshire. And from Brookshire, I could take some back roads into the Brassesport area. And this is where we stopped at to so Mama could get back with her girls and go their own way. So guys, that's the end of that little road trip. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to put down some links so you can see day 1, day 2, and day 3. And that's not all. We got some spin-offs off of that. And the next spin-off, it's going to be something interesting. Maybe a little creepy, but it's going to be a little bit interesting. So stick with it. And until next time, y'all take care. I'm Francis Kiefel, and I approved this video.